Welcome to the Marketing of Business. This is your host, Bonnie Squires. We're brought to you by ACT, the region's business-to-business newspaper that tells you everything you need to know about attracting clients, keeping clients, with branding, with marketing, etc. We're coming to you from WWDB, which is 860 on the AM dial. And our guest today is Gale Martin, who's the Director of Communications and Marketing for Harcum College on the main line. Welcome, Gale.
Well, thank you, Bonnie. It's great to be here. I'm delighted to be here in beautiful Bala Cynwyd.
The position you're holding now, you come to it fairly recently. Is that right?
Yes. I started with Harcum College in July.
And they said it wouldn't last. It's already September.
Well, it's proving to be a wonderful place to work. But I have worked in higher education marketing for most of my career and most of my recent career, and I really enjoy it. It's challenging. It's different. It's always changing because of technology. Technology impacts every industry, and higher education isn't exempt from that.
Harcum, I remember the days when Harcum was called a junior college.
Mm-hmm.
How did they get to be called just a college?
Well, I think junior college is still a designation that's used. In fact, we have athletes and they compete in the NCAA, but it's the junior college division of the NCAA. I think it's mostly a marketing choice. So we're still an associate's degree granting institution.
Okay.
So we don't grant baccalaureate degrees, but I think it was a better market position for us to be called Harcum College, because actually what we suggest and what we'd like to offer is that you can get a profession with an associate's degree. So we'll give you...
You certainly can.
You can.
You talk to any dental hygienist, mm-hmm. You talk to any technical person mm-hmm. in a doctor's office, and 9 times out of 10, they'll tell you they got their education at Harcum College.
So in many cases, you really don't have to go further to have a profession, a well-paid profession when you leave, than at Harcum College.
Okay. We're going to come back after these messages.
The major holidays are almost upon us. Thanksgiving, Christmas, Hanukkah, and New Year's. Are you prepared for your holiday party events and other needs? Call Whims for Rent. They are a professional event planning company and can package your entire business or personal holiday event, or simply provide specific needs. They provide entertainment such as DJs or 3-piece bands, Christmas carol choirs, or even Santa Claus. Other entertainment possibilities include walk-around magicians, fortune tellers, or look-alike celebrities. They aid large corporate events, smaller business attractions, and family affairs. Just tell them your goals. For a free consultation and free ideas, contact Whims for Rent at 484-562-0067. Again, that's 484-562-0067. They are located at 29 Bala Ave in Bala Cynwyd, Pennsylvania, or visit them on the web at www.phillybizmedia.com.
The internet today is a must for businesses and organizations to represent themselves. A must. For the generations of business owners who did not have the advantage of an internet education beginning in grade school, there is basic help. Call American Advertising Services at 484-562-0060. Our organization of marketing personnel, traditional and IT, will set up basic internet advertising aids for your business or organization at a modest fee. Basics. No big deals, no big costs, just basics. Plus a free get-to-know-your-goals meeting. Call American Advertising Services at 484-562-0060. That's 484-562-0060. Be with it, or else you will be out of it. Again, call American Advertising Services at 484-562-0060.
Need a speaker for your business meeting, organization, social group? Need a speaker who is entertaining, informative, or both? Need a speaker who is an authority on a subject close to your interests? We provide them. We are this region's Speakers Bureau. Call us at 484-562-0060. 484-562-0067. 484-562-0067.
Welcome back to the Marketing of Business. This is your host, Bonnie Squires. We're coming to you from the studios of WWDB AM, that's 860 on your AM dial in Bala-Cynwyd. And we're brought to you by ACT, the region's business-to-business newspaper that tells you everything you need to know about public relations and marketing. And advertising is, of course, marketing. And we're talking today to Gale Martin, who's the Director of Communications and Marketing at Harcum College. What a coincidence. You do marketing, Gale, right?
Yes, I've done marketing for about 17 years, and about 11 of those years for colleges and universities.
There are a lot of changes in the way higher education institutions are getting the word out these days. Used to be they could put an ad in, a few newspapers. They could do a couple of radio commercials. When I was a special assistant to the president at Temple University, I produced and wrote and directed all the television commercials with Bill Cosby, which was highly successful. Mm-hmm. He was fabulous. One-take Bill, I used to call him. But today, with technology that you mentioned earlier, there's a whole universe out there that you have to take into account. So tell us what you do when you want to start an advertising campaign.
Well, you mentioned a really good point about technology being important for any student, regardless of age. 80% of school search starts on the website. So the first thing that you have to do as a marketing...
Used to start with the Princeton Review. Oh, wow. I'm showing my age.
Well, and, there are still publications like Peterson's, and they're important too. But there are also digital publications now. They're online. What you really have to do is you have to design a communications model that is based on your website, that drives traffic to your website, that gets people to engage with your website. Because students, regardless of age, and actually, I said 80% of school search starts with a website. If you're older, if you're my age, not a non-traditional age student, that's even higher. Can you imagine? Because your time is limited. If you're
that's
working,
an interesting point.
Yeah, if you're a working parent, you just go to the almighty Google, and if you're interested in becoming a nurse, you type in nursing or you type in career change, and that's a lot of times how you start your school search. So social media, HTML emails with links embedded in them, they're all to drive traffic to your website.
What about banners on websites for, like the local papers where Harcum is located? That would be the group of mainline media newspapers, Mainline Times, Suburban Life, King of Prussia Courier. They have banners that are paid advertisements on their website. Mm-hmm. They get a lot of traffic on their website.
Yeah, but any online advertising has been a good investment, from banner ads, clickable banner ads that are flash, to Google AdWords. Recently, Facebook, believe it or not, improved their model. And, I found in the last couple of years, believe it or not, a couple of years ago, people weren't talking about mobile. They really weren't. The mobile revolution had hit around the world, but not the United States until recently.
When you say mobile, you're talking about
handheld, cell phones, tablets, and
iPads, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. And
I'm a BlackBerry girl myself.
Well,
I'm not giving up my BlackBerry,
and you shouldn't, because they revamped their business model too, and their product. That's where it's at today. So anything that you can do, Facebook just recently improved their ability to run advertisements on mobile devices. So recently we had a lot of success with a Facebook campaign. We were looking for a non-traditional age student who was interested in some professional development or certificate course in residential design, how to design your house. And we had tremendous amount of traffic on Facebook. So
it's interesting you mentioned residential design. One of my best friends, Paula Dresnan, is a graduate of Temple University. But after she finished with her degree at Temple And after she finished working in her husband's dental office, she had a real flair for design. And she went to Harcum and took, got an associate's degree in interior design. And she ended up winning prizes for the commercial buildings she designed and apartment buildings that she designed. So is that one of your biggest divisions?
Well, that's a fantastic story. It is certainly a successful division. We have a number of programs. We have, I'd say, some of our most enrolled. By the way, we certainly want your friend's name so the alumni office can get in touch with her. She's been so successful.
She'll be thrilled with me now.
But no, we certainly like to trumpet her success. We want to tell outcome stories. We want to tell super alumni stories. I mean, the testimonial is a really important form of advertising today because students and customers today are less inclined to believe what you say about yourself. They want to hear what other people say about you. That's, the value of the reviews, and everybody's got a voice today. And that's something you have to respect and know and be mindful of. Regarding our majors, we have day and evening nursing programs, dental hygiene, veterinary technology, law and justice. So those are some of our most enrolled majors.
And how many students do you have currently?
We have our enrollment as of last week with 1,700 students.
Oh, that's a lot of people that you're serving.
It is a lot of people, and we have a number of. We have our Bryn Mawr campus, of course, and we offer day and evening classes there. We're growing by leaps and bounds.
Do any of your students live on campus?
Yes, we have a couple residential facilities. We have a couple dorms, so we have the potential to have about 200 students currently live on campus, and we have a lot of student athletes who live on campus. As you can imagine, that happens at all kinds of colleges and universities, and we have international students who live on campus, and so it's an area that we'd like to grow. We'd like to be able to have more resident students. It's no secret that the college is even an associate's degree granting college can be a transformative experience for students. And the closer you can keep them to your college campus, the more transformative that experience has proven to be. Research has shown that. So every college is trying to get students to actually take that leap and stay on campus. It's more practical. A lot of people can't. They want to be able to have a job. They can't. There's extra cost if you're going to live on campus. One thing I'm really proud of, and this happened prior to my arrival at Harcum College, is that room and board is not an insignificant expense. So we're really proud. Last year we stepped out with a Sandy Scholarship, a Superstorm Sandy Scholarship, offering free room and board to a student who would qualify for a program.
I remember reading about that. I said, boy, aren't they wonderful to do that?
And we have a Superstorm Sandy Scholar currently at Harcum College, and we're glad
Male
to
or
have.
female?
It's a woman. It's a woman, and her major right now is general studies, and she just started her second semester. So we're delighted to be able to offer that.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Thank you.
Governor Christie should give you a thank you letter or something for the alumni newsletter.
Oh, well, we'll make sure to let Governor Christie know, since he likes to be on TV a lot.
Oh, you noticed that. He never met a camera he didn't love. Okay, our guest today is Gale Martin. She's a Director of Communications and Marketing at Harcum College. If you want information about their courses or whatever, you can either Google them at www.harcum.edu. That's www.harcum.edu. Or Gale says you can call 610-525-4100. That's 610-525-4100. Is that the registrar's office? Is that?
Well, you would be calling the main number, which would connect you with admissions. So that's the place to start. You always want to start with your admissions office. Unless you're related to the Board of Trustees, then you can call right into the president's office.
Because you're located immediately next door to, the campuses run together, to Bryn Mawr College. Mm-hmm. Is there a relationship between Harcum and Bryn Mawr?
We have articulation agreements with a number of other institutions. Immaculata would be one. Alvernia University, based in Philadelphia, would be another.
Let's explain what articulation means.
Well,
if somebody takes 2 years at Harcum, they will automatically be accepted into one of the universities that gives 4-year degrees that you have articulation agreements with. Is that correct?
Yes. See, what's unfortunate sometimes for transfer students is they might want to transfer into an institution. They've gone to school for a year or 2 years, and that institution won't accept their credits because they weren't conferred there. Well, by special arrangement, we've arranged with numerous institutions that they will accept our students' credits and can continue seamlessly into an undergraduate degree, a bachelor's degree if they want to.
What's the most popular track that your students select?
Well, it would have to be nursing. We have day and evening nursing programs, but I would say our also competitive, anything in the allied health field. And that's because that has a lot to do with where we draw students from. Although we're not, strictly speaking, a regional area, many of our students do come from the region. And this is a wonderful place to be to work in healthcare. So we are definitely providing the employees health care if companies need.
Okay, we'll continue with Gale Martin from Harcum College after these messages.
All American Sports Collectibles is the only place you need to know for all your autographed sports memorabilia. Jerseys, bats, helmets, and more signed by legends of the past and today's greats. All autographed items come with a certificate of authenticity plus an unconditional 30-day money-back guarantee. And all vintage items have been scientifically authenticated and come with 2 forensic certificates. Call us at 877-827-7822. That's 877-827-7822. Visit us online to see our extensive inventory of autographed sports memorabilia. That's aasportscollectibles.com. That's aasportscollectibles.com.
We're a Philadelphia advertising agency, American Advertising Services, and our job is to create solutions for your business problems. Do you want more customers, more sales for your products or business services? American Advertising has helped many, many area companies, large ones, small ones, family-owned firms just like yours. If you are in business and serious, make American Advertising your advertising agency. Per job assignments welcomed. American Advertising Services. We are serious about helping your business.
American Advertising Services is located at 29 Bala Avenue, Bala Cynwyd, PA 19004. 29 Bala Avenue, Bala Cynwyd, PA 19004. You can call them at 484-562-0060, 484-562-0060, 484-562-0060.
Welcome back to the Marketing of Business. This is your host, Bonnie Squires. We're brought to you by ACT, the region's business-to-business newspaper. We come to you from the beautiful, newly renovated studios of WWDB AM. That's 860 on your AM dial. And we're talking today with someone who's involved with higher education, Gale Martin from Harcum College. Gale's the Director of Communications and Marketing. And Gale, let's find a little bit about your background.
Well, let's see. I was trained as a teacher on the undergraduate level. I was an English teacher.
And she went to Happy Valley.
I did.
Penn State.
I did, but I left. I didn't get stuck there. And I taught for a while in public schools. I taught in private schools. I enjoyed it a lot. It's a great profession to have when you have children. And then I went back and I got a graduate degree in management because I'd gotten had moved along to my second marketing position, and my supervisor thought I was management material. I enjoyed that a great deal. That was also at Penn State Great Valley. And then I began to work in the field, which is, the best education of all. And a couple of years ago, I do a tremendous amount of writing. I've done a tremendous amount of writing in my job. It's, as you know, it's critical to communications and marketing, knowing how to write well and write fast.
What's the name of your president?
John J. DeTemple, Dr. John J. DeTemple.
And are you going to be called upon to write speeches for the president?
Well, probably not for Dr. DeTemple. He is an amazing person. He is not accustomed to having a speechwriter, and so I'll just apply my talents elsewhere.
You'll dedicate yourself to the alumni magazine and newsletters.
Right. There's so much content.
News releases and stuff like that.
And, it's funny. You have so many different opportunities for content. And I'm talking 140 character content, tweets, Facebook status updates, and they all have to be done well. Website content, you have to write sometimes radio copy.
Do you tweet?
Absolutely.
How many times a day do you tweet?
Well,
or how many times a week?
I would say you want to try to tweet about 3 times a day, and you want to engage with people who are following you and retweet their content. It's where the world is going.
How many people follow your Twitter account? Do you know?
We have about 546 followers on Twitter. We have more on Facebook. Twitter, it's interesting. Twitter is actually probably a good place for alumni, too, because it skews older than Facebook. The younger you are, the more likely you are to be our particular friend on Facebook. The other thing is you don't have to just tweet words. Content is king, and that can be a photo, that can be a video. And so, honestly, there's so much engagement that takes place at that level. If we can send an email to students and it might not get noticed, but if we post that same content on Facebook, we get immediate recognition that they've seen our news, or if we want them to participate in a contest, we just put it on social media.
I don't know how I did it because I'm not a techie person, but I created my own Facebook account and my own Twitter account a few years ago.
Good for you.
But the thing is, I never use Twitter, and Facebook, usually when somebody sends me something on Facebook, I get an email. Well, the email, I'm very good at email, so then I can open it. But I'm taking a course from the Greater Philadelphia Chamber of Commerce. It's giving a course on LinkedIn for a couple of hours. So I signed up for that right away because I get all these requests. People wanting me to add them to my LinkedIn account. Lord knows why, but I don't know what to do with it. So I thought, well, I'll just leave them all in my inbox till I take that course, and then I'll find out what to do with all of them.
Well, I think you should choose as a personal user, choose your social media and make sure you have a presence on it and you check in on it. So you don't want to leave a dormant account, and you don't want to do that as an institution either. If you're going to take or an organization or a business, if you're going to take that step, if you're going to take that leap and establish social media accounts, you really should monitor them because they can get hacked. Because you want to make sure you know who's following you. It could be really exciting. The other day, I was on Twitter and I realized that a reporter was following me. I don't mean me. I mean Harcum College, which is me behind the keyboard, and that's great to know. That means that I know that I'm going to have a pair of eyes on any news that I put on our Twitter feed.
They call it a URL. What's the web address for your Facebook account?
Oh, the URL for our Facebook account. Well, I'll tell you what. It's probably
just Google Harcum College.
Yeah, they can go on Facebook. I think it's just https://facebook.us/Harcum College. So, but yeah, we're easy to find.
Okay. I thought you were wearing a campaign button, Gale Martin, because it says Harcum College Civility
Week. Civility 365, but
what does that mean?
It's Civility Week at Harcum College, so we're having a number of activities. We prepare students when they graduate for a profession, so we encourage them to behave to adopt professional behaviors while they're in school. So one of our campaigns, one of the ways that student life does that is it offers a civility week. So we just take time to reflect on how we treat each other, how we treat our students, fellow professors, our colleagues, and it's a great reminder. I'm happy to be reminded, and thanks for noticing my pen.
Well, I wanted to see if it was a Hillary button and said, no, doesn't say Hillary. Same colors, blue and white, but doesn't say Hillary. Civility Week. That's very clever.
Oh, thank you. I'll tell student activities.
Do you have a student government association?
We do. We have we have some girls who really rock that organization. Some new officers this year. It's all women, as a matter of fact. And
but it's a co-ed school, right?
It is we're co-ed, absolutely. Just so happens this year SGA is all women, and they're
SGA
really
translation. Student Government Association.
Yeah, and so they are, I'll tell you what, each one of them is fantastic and exhibits leadership, and I'm sure they're just going to go right out there upon graduation and land a fabulous job because they're all terrific leaders at our institution.
I don't know if you've had time yet to do enough research to see who are some of the outstanding alumni from Harcum College. But the founders of Harcum College, the Kleins, especially Esther Klein, the wife of, she was instrumental in creating the whole college. And there's a need right now. Representative Jim Roebuck is the Democratic chairman of the Pennsylvania House of Representatives, the Education Committee. And he knows that you need to train people for jobs in the community. And the 2-year colleges seem to be the most flexible in responding to the needs of the marketplace. So that would certainly sounds like Harcum is doing that right now.
Yeah, I mean, independent colleges should be more flexible in meeting market demands, and we certainly are. And I'll just tell you, I'll give you a little plug about one of our alumni. One of our alums turns 100 years old this year, and she just published a memoir. It's called Alone Together. Her name is Teddy Getty Gaston. She was the fifth and the last wife of the billionaire Jean-Paul Getty. And
the fifth? She was brave enough to be number 5?
Yeah.
I want to meet that lady.
She's Harcum class of 29 and just published her memoir. So it's out. HarperCollins published it last month.
HarperCollins, that's a huge publishing house.
Yes, it is.
Woo!
So,
are you going to have a book signing on campus or something?
Well, she lives in Venice, California, and she's 100. But we've already designated her as an outstanding alum.
Well, by Skype, I hope I get to meet her. Anyway, our guest today has been Gale Martin from Harcum College, 610-525-4100, and we'll see everybody next week.